What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in, you guys. Yes, we are doing an early tribe meeting. Let me tell y'all something. One, because I think we're gonna do our big brother um conversation later on this evening, and I'm not sure what time. So let me go ahead and let's talk about it. And then this breaking news with Malcom Jamal Warner, I was like, let's talk about that. So we're about to get into some things. Let me tell y'all how my day started real quick. Real quick story time. So ever since school let out, your internal alarm clock doesn't go off just because it's summer break or vacation, right? So I've been waking up at my regular time, and then I just been kind of laying in bed, going back to sleep. Some days I'm successful, some days I'm just kind of tossing and turning until I get up. For some reason this morning, so I had an orthodontist appointment today at 10 o'clock. And so I was like, well, I need to get up. I want to do some, I wanted to get a couple of things straight before I got out of here. Um, so I set my alarm for like 7:30 because it was I kept hitting the snooze button. For some reason this morning I was so tired. Any other time I was wide awake when I didn't have nothing to do. Today I have an appointment. I'm wide awake. Oh my gosh. So I mean I'm so tired. I kept hitting the snooze button, kept hitting the snooze button, kept hitting the snooze button. So I get up, I'm running late for my appointment. And my orthodontist, they're pretty good about calling because I've been late before. And they'll say, "Hey, you on your way?" And I'm like, "I'm 5 minutes away, right?" So my phone rings, and I didn't even look at the phone. I just assume it's them. I answer the phone. I'm like, because at that point I was literally pulling into the parking lot. So I was like, "Let them know I'm here." Baby, it's somebody calling me from the car dealership, not the car dealership where I bought my car that I'm driving now, but from the last car dealership. I said, I'm not in the market for a new car. Oh, I understand, but my manager wanted me to call you because we have such a great opportunity for you. I said, ma'am, I'm not interested in a new car right now. I said, I understand you have to do your job, but I'm just not interested. I'm trying to be very polite to this lady. So then she says, well, can you just tell me how many miles right now you currently have on the 2020 Camry, which is the last car that I had? I was like, ma'am, I don't have that car anymore, and I'm not in the market for a car. Then she gonna say, what are you driving now? That's when I had to hang up on her because I try to be nice to you because I understand you have to do your job. You got a sales job. You got to get us on the phone, give us this great deal, make me run into the dealership and buy a new car. I get it. So then I had to hang up on her, and I felt bad because I was like, ma'am, I told you I don't have that car. You don't need to know what I'm driving now. Not your business. But then I was like, as this going on, I'm literally walking into my orthodontist. So I get inside, and I knew I was wrong when the receptionist looked at me and was like, because normally they'd be like, oh, hey, come on in, because they know me, they recognize my face. They say, hey, come on in, they'll be ready for you in a minute. And my orthodontist don't play. Like if my appointment is at 10, I am sitting in the chair by 10, not even late. Like I'm normally not even late. I'm in the chair. Baby, she was like, what's your date of birth again? I knew then. I said, hold on, let me check my phone. Y'all, what my appointment is for Thursday. At 10 o'clock. I could have stayed in bed. So I'm up now. I'm up now. And I got to do it all over again. At least Thursday, I'll be on time. I won't be running late. But anyway, I said, dang, I could have went to the gym today because my orthodontist is literally across the street from the gym. And I started to make a gym appointment to go before the gym. What's up, Miss Powerful? How you doing, my love? Hey, so let me say hi to the people. Hey, Miss Powerful, New Love, Lock Queen, Diamond Pearl Gem. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Hold on. Let me say hi to the people, and then we're going to get started, child. What's up, Ravine? Hey, Shar. She said, I'm about to be in sessions. Catch the replay. Okay, boo. Felicia Mason, Miss Jocelyn, Lock Queen, C.A. Williams. More mornings so I can delay my reschedule these folks' meaningless meetings, child. Diamond Pearl Gem. Is Naisha? Oh, shoot. Okay, Powerful. As soon as I get off of here, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. As soon as I get off of here, I will be sending that. I apologize. I thought I did it and I forgot. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I don't have no excuse. All I can do is apologize. I am so sorry. As soon as I get off of here, you know what? I gotta post it. Hold on, let me. I need to put some post-its right here because I'm good with post-it notes. But I got some. I don't want to get up. I got some post-its in the other room. But as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna do it. I'm so sorry. Hey Mia, what's going on, boo? So let's get into it. We got a few things to cover, and then we're gonna get into this Malcom Jamal Warner situation because it is nasty. Shout out to Tracy. Y'all know Tracy done already sent me the lawsuit. It's 134 pages, so y'all know we're not gonna read 134 pages, but we are gonna get into it. We are gonna get into it. We just got off with Royal. She added my daughter. She wants to hang with us now. Girl, tell her come on and hang with the crew. Yes, baby. We have. I need to call Royal today too because I want to get an updated manifest. Because a few people have booked in the last couple of days. I need to see what my number is. I think we might be up to like 35 cabins. And I told y'all on Saturday, 4 of the people that came to the event Saturday said they were going. So I mean, if they go, y'all, we might be close to 40 cabins. Y'all know my goal was 50. Well, that was really Cruz's goal for me, but the goal was 50 cabins. So, I mean, we might get close to 40, y'all. We might get close to 40. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that possibility. Happy birthday. Y'all know what to do. Y'all drop birthday. Y'all drop some birthday, some happy birthdays in the chat for Jay Stokes. Welcome to the 50 club, baby. Welcome to the double quarter, the 50 cent club, whatever y'all want to call it. Welcome, honey. It's beautiful on this side of 50. Let me tell you, baby. Hey, let me tell you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gems. Mr. Wright's daughter. Thank you. Thank you so much, my love. I'm so glad I can see those now on StreamerU. So I can thank people when they're sending me gifts. I appreciate that. I do have a goal set. It's not for anything in particular. It's just a goal. If y'all want to add to the goal, that's fine. If not, it's not. It's not for anything in particular. It's just for a good old fashioned goal. Thank you for today. Anyway. Tracy said I have 2 sprained fingers and I'm in a knee brace. Lord, my body. Tracy, what is going on? Because I called you Saturday and I did mean to check in on you, but I called you Saturday. You were missed and I didn't know what was going on. So I need to call you and check on you because why are you in a knee brace? What did you do? I'm glad you're okay, but girl, what did you? Girl, Tracy, I got to check on my boo thing, y'all. Y'all know that's my boo thing. I got to check on my boo thing. You were in someone's... Tracy, I'll call you. Because please don't tell me you did what I think you did. Tracy, did you do what I think you did? I'm going to call you when I get off of here. Thank you so much for the 1,000 gems. Thank you, Carl Reitman. Thank you. Thank you. She tried my mom and I lost my damn. All right, I'm going to call you. I was worried when you weren't here on Saturday after I talked to you. I was kind of worried, but we'll talk offline. Shout out from the VA. Yes, what's up, Marcus? All right, let's get into a couple of these other Hey, Choreo Lover, what's up, boo? Thanks for dropping down. How you doing, my love? So first of all, let's talk about this Real Housewives of Salt Lake City divorce situation. So they say that Angie, what's her name? Because the Greek lady, because I don't want to mess up her last name. Her and her husband allegedly are separated now. A lot of people have independently, people in the know, the sources. I don't think Angie has come out and made a formal statement. However, it seems to be unofficially confirmed that they are separated and that they are getting a divorce. Now, of course, whenever people hear divorce, the first thing they think is infidelity, right? So the first rumors I heard was that allegedly he was cheating with, they own a salon business. They own a salon franchise. They have multiple locations. And he's a hairstylist and so is she. And allegedly he was cheating with one of the other stylists that I guess works at one of their locations. But now I'm hearing that that's not what the case is. According to Carlos King and Monica Garcia, allegedly, he said that since she's been on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, she has changed, and basically she has become insufferable, and he just don't want to deal with it no more. Now, the reality of the situation is, don't nobody know the truth. We won't know until divorce. If a divorce is filed, we won't know until the divorce comes out. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know. We have no idea what the real story is. What we can confirm, well, no, we can't even confirm that. What we have heard is that they are separated. Now, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City they're done filming. I think they finished filming back in like May. However, we do know that Bravo has no problem picking up the cameras if something happens. So we may see, and on the final episode of this upcoming season, we may see a scene or two with Angie. Y'all know how they do. They're going to get all the women reacting to, oh my gosh, did you see the news? Oh, did you hear? Oh, has anybody talked to Angie? Oh, what's going on? Y'all know how they do that old fake. Situation. Y'all know how they do that old fake situation. And then we're going to see Angie crying, and, we might see some of that. So, again, that's what probably is going to be. What's up, Shade? Hey, boo. What's up, Treese? How you doing, boo? Treese is one of the people that says she's going to try to get on this cruise ship with us. Treese and Nails. Now, I would love to have both Shades in the city. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Papo. I ain't seen you in a while. How you doing, my love? Now, we hope she coming on the ship. She was one of the two. It was 4 people that said they were coming on this cruise. She was 2. Her and her sister were 2 of the 4. So y'all keep the pressure. Keep the pressure so that they come onto the ship. Thankful to see another day. I'm thankful to see you here. I spoke to Jamel about it last night. Okay. Well, I know, listen, I understand that y'all can't independently make these decisions. I know she has to run it by her boo, and you got to run it by your boo. So I respect that. And I understand that, if it don't happen because the family situation may not work out, I respect that too. You need to go ahead. No, you don't. Ooh, stop. Okay. I'll tell you offline what I was getting ready to say. I don't want to say it here. All right. Thank you, Jay. What's up, boo? Jay Walsh is on the ship. I got a Royal Caribbean receipt from him. Jay Walsh is booked and ready to go, y'all. Yes, he is. All right. Yeah, we really do need to keep Tracy in our prayers. Tracy is one of those people that don't come down here and tell her business. But y'all please keep, and I'm not even saying that to be funny, y'all keep Tracy and her family in y'all prayers, please. And I'm going to call and check on you. After I send Power for her receipt, I'm going to call and check on you. Do I need to get in my car? Do I need to drive to New York? Do I need to get in my car and drive upstate? I got a couple of days. Moving right along. I'm going to call you though, boo. All right. So that's that on that. This Streamer University situation. Okay. Y'all know this is where I'm an old lady in the room, right? I'm the old lady in the room as it relates to the whole Streamer University situation because I don't know nothing about streaming. Y'all know I have a Twitch account. Sometimes I go live on Twitch. I probably got about 5 followers on Twitch. Like, I really haven't put a whole lot of effort into doing Twitch, learning about Twitch, and all of that. Streaming is the next phase. Like, streaming is a thing. I see so many celebrities now that literally are just in non-celebrities, D-list people, but making their money off of just streaming. I see, y'all know I don't talk about Blueface and Krishan over here. If y'all notice, I don't be bringing them up. But at this point, that Blueface that's all he does is stream, it seems like. And Jaden, his baby mama streaming, and like we know about the Castanats and the DJ Academics and all of that, but it seems like that is the new thing. So Castanat, and I know that he's made some not so nice comments in the past about Black culture and stuff like that. I understand he's made some problematic comments. And but this whole thing with his streamer university is really a genius idea. I've been like catching clips. Like, I don't even know where I can go and watch it. Like, I don't know these people like that, but I have been catching clips on TikTok. And when I tell you I am thoroughly entertained, I just have to tell you I am thoroughly entertained. Kai, I don't even know what they're supposed to be doing there. Like, is he teaching them how to stream? Is he giving them master classes and stream? Like, I don't even understand what he's doing. But he has the whole concept of college, right? They're staying in dorms. The kids are staying, when I say kids, the young adults, the people that got, so first of all, he had auditions. You had to be accepted. Just like a college, you had to be accepted. They are literally staying in dorms, right? They're allowed to stream, I guess. They're allowed to stream or whatever. They have clothing. They have swag. He's wearing a suit every day with the Streamer University logo on, and I think it is a cute idea. I really do, you guys. Wardrobe, who I absolutely love. For y'all who don't know who Wardrobe is a content creator over on, I first found him on TikTok, and I first became familiar with him because he became Saucy Santana, so that took him under his wing. Wardrobe is in high school, right? Wardrobe is a mess. Wardrobe is a whole mess, but he is so entertaining, and he's gotten into some stuff. I mean, he's grown and he's gotten into some shit. But he is absolutely hilarious. He's going to be a star. He's going to be a star. I mean, in this new world of social media, he is a star actually. But he's definitely, and they said something like he's gained over 300,000 subscribers just in the first 2 days of Streamer University. So if that's what the goal is of Streamer University, it absolutely is. Junior Cheeseburger, right? His first name was Junior Cheeseburger, and then he changed it to Wardrobe. Right? Well, that's what Saucy called him. Yeah, and he got caught up in some mess with Saucy. I think they're cool again now, but he got caught up in some mess with Saucy and that Noob dude. I hated that for him because I felt like he was too young to really understand how he was allowing himself to be used. But it is entertaining. You see Kai calling them into, to detention. You see him. They had homecoming. You see Lizzo was there. Somebody asked Lizzo to homecoming. Junior Cheeseburger / Wardrobe. He was the head cheerleader. He was like the cheer captain. They had a basketball game. Like, they're doing school stuff. And I'm assuming they're having some sort of like master classes for these people. But y'all, it's hilarious. Now, I don't know where to find it. I just go through TikTok and see clips. I guess if you're on Twitch and you're subscribed to Kai Cenat, I think one of the other guys' name is Max. It's a bunch of people there. I just don't know all of them. But Wardrobe, because he keeps coming up in my timeline because I'm subscribed to him on TikTok. So I see a lot of his stuff. I see a lot of the Kai Cenat stuff. Y'all know how the algorithm is. Once you watch one, it'll just keep popping up. But if you put in Kai Cenat into Instagram or TikTok, if you put in Wardrobe, all of that stuff will just pop up. All of that stuff will just pop up. Hey, Angela. She said it's a big streamer network. You have to be watching all the streams. Yeah, I mean, all of them, when you see them, they're all walking around with their selfie sticks. They're all walking around streaming. Like, and you get all the different angles of stuff. Now, it's been some negative stuff that's happened. It was like a homophobic situation that happened with one of the guys that made some comments to Max. And I like how Max handled it. The young guy, Max, him and Wardrobe are roommates. And this other guy whose name I don't remember and I don't care, he called him a demon because he was wearing a wig. And, and he's like this Caribbean guy. And y'all know, no disrespect to Caribbean men, but y'all know how a lot of the Caribbean men, like especially like the Jamaicans and stuff, y'all know how they feel about homosexuality. And so he called Max a demon and stuff like that. And Max was like, listen, whatever I am is what I am. Like I'm not a demon. Like I'm not a bad person. And he got real emotional, and then Wardrobe defended him. Wardrobe tried to roll up on that. He rolled up on that guy, and I think Kai ended up expelling him. He kicked the guy out of Streamer University. This whole Quad on the Creek thing, they had this thing where Saucy Santana was sneaking in. Now I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it was real or not. I don't know if the whole Lizzo sneaking Saucy in was real or not. But Kai, he seemed like he was real upset because he said, listen, it's a security issue with having people, come in, this, that, and the other. But I feel like it was all a big skit, in my opinion. I think it was all a big. It was real. Okay, it was real. Y'all said it was real then. But at the end of the day, I think it just made Saucy more successful, the whole Quad on the Creek thing. So anyway, if y'all have, I'm saying go watch it. I mean, you don't have to watch the whole thing because obviously how you gonna watch the whole thing, but go try to catch, I'm sorry, go try to catch some of it. You know what I'm saying? They saying it was real. It seems like Latinos had a problem because they didn't feel like they were represented. You know what? Can I say, Salty talked about it afterwards. Okay. Can I say something that's not going to be politically correct? And let me be clear. I know that what I'm getting ready to say is not going to be politically correct. I know it's not. And I don't want to offend any Latino subscribers or followers. I don't. So I hope that you understand what I'm saying in the spirit in which I'm saying it to you. Everything ain't for everybody. Like, damn. Like, Casanat had auditions. He didn't cherry pick people. He had auditions. If the people that he chose, for whatever the reasons why he chose them, if he did not choose a large number of Latino people, and I don't know what, listen, I don't feel no ways about that. I know that that's about to be, I don't know any other nicer way to say it. I don't feel no ways about that. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm sorry that y'all feel underrepresented. You know what y'all can do though? Y'all, who's a big Latino streamer? I don't know. He can go have his own streaming university. Now, he probably can't call it streaming university because Casanat, I'm sure, has trademarked and all the things that he needs to do. But I'm sorry. And I know that's not politically correct. I know that y'all, but everything ain't for everybody. And that's all I got. That's all I got. I know that is not the politically correct thing to say, but that's all I got. That's all I got. All I hear is, I will vote for Donald Trump. That's all I hear. That's all I hear. Sorry, not sorry. Moving right along. Moving right along. Can I tell y'all? Hold on, y'all. I did see that older lady that says she just loves the one that she's like 50-something years old and she just does puzzles online. It's funny because me and my girlfriends, the group that I just went to Spain with, every time we do a girls trip, we do a puzzle. And we actually had a puzzle. We did a puzzle while we were in Tenerife. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish it because somebody actually accidentally broke a glass on the table, and glass got all embedded in the puzzle pieces, and so we just threw it away. We tried to pick it out and we couldn't. But every time we get together, we Damn it. Oh shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to do something. Every time we get together, we come on. Okay. Jeez. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay. Y'all know that it's Boule down to the Las Vegas for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. They have just inducted their honorary members. So let's talk about who they inducted this year as an honorary member. Scientist Dr. Kizmikia, I hope I'm saying her name right. Corbett, excuse me. Actress, director, and producer Latanya Richardson Jackson, aka Samuel L. Jackson's wife. Emmy-nominated director Sally Richardson Whitfield. Actress and musician Pauletta Pearson Washington, aka Denzel Washington's wife. Technology executive Merlene Santil, and Salesforce president and chief operating and financial officer Robin Washington. So congratulations to all those ladies. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. And it's funny because I know that Pauletta Washington and Latanya Jackson, they're friends in real life. So that's interesting that they both became honorary at the same time. They're friends in real life. So shout out to them. Good. Shout out to them. Okay. I would do puzzles. I love to do puzzles. As a matter of fact, that table, it's become my junk table. But this table right here that's behind me, that's my puzzle table. But it's become my junk table. I need to clean it off because I actually have a puzzle that somebody gave me for Christmas that I still haven't put together. It's in the box and I want to work on it, but I need to clean that damn table off. Right, Raven. Those are some really nice honorary members. So shout out to them. So I'm at the Niecy's in Vegas right now. I have to see how she enjoy herself when she gets back. That's where Niecy is right now. Can I tell you my timeline cleanse? Hold on. Can I tell y'all what my timeline cleanse has been for the last 3 days? My timeline cleanse has been the Spanish soccer player from the World Cup, Lamine Yamal's brother, Keeny. I think they call him Keeny. Baby, that little baby is absolutely adorable. And he is all up and through. Little baby, we need to talk today. He is, Latanya is our Spellman sister. All right. You ain't get to know, DB, you know how YouTube be playing with us. Baby, when I tell you that little baby is adorable to me, he is absolutely hilarious. And I love him and his brother's relationship. Love him and his brother's relationship. He talked the brother who is only 18. He's like he's like the star player for the Spanish team who just won the World Cup. And he's the youngest player to ever win. I think they said the World Cup and whatever the other championship is. He's won both. He's the youngest player to do that. And he talked about how bad life was when he was a kid. You know, he said, you know, when his parents got divorced, how bad his mother struggled. And, you know, he said he worked so hard because he doesn't want his brother to have to go through the things he went through. He wants to be able to give his brother a better opportunity. He also said that he feels like his brother, that Keeny is talented just like he is as it relates to soccer or football. And he wants to make sure that he has those opportunities are available to him as well. I think it is divine. And when I say that as my timeline cleanse, because y'all know how the algorithm works. Once you watch one video, and so whenever I go into my TikTok, there's always a video. And some of them are the same videos I've already seen. But I just love it. I love seeing that little baby. And even the older ones, when he's got his pacifier in his mouth and he out there with his brother, you know, I see him fist bumping the security guards and celebrating and it's like the whole team. He's like everybody's little brother, you know. I love it. I love it. I would love to see. I don't want to see a reality TV show because I think a reality TV show would be a problem. But I would love to see a docuseries of them. Maybe like a 6-episode docuseries with them. Because I would love to just see the day-to-day. You know, he is DB. He is real Black Boy Joy. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just type in, if you just type in Spain soccer player and little brother, because that's what I did. It'll pop up. It'll pop up. And he is the cutest little thing. And his brother loves him so much. You know, that scene from when they won the World Cup and he's running across the field to his brother. Oh, that thing brings me to tears. You see him running. He didn't already celebrate it. And he's running to his brother. Listen, I love it. So right now we know that the days are hard and we understand that life is some that is a palate cleanse, and that is some, like you said, like DB said, that is some Black Boy Joy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope, my prayer for them as a family is that they have good people around them that are going to help them, that are not going to take advantage of them, that are not going to exploit them. That is my prayer. My prayer is that the right people are around them. That's my prayer. I was wondering how he even spotted him, baby. He know his brother. He know what his brother is, honey. Listen. Now let's talk about something else with this World Cup, and then we're gonna move on to some other things. Let me tell y'all something else about this World Cup. We only have like 2 more things I want to talk about, and then we're gonna get into this Malcom Jamal Warner situation. I need y'all, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about the people who may not know. Okay, so you already know. You know, I ain't talking to you. Okay, I need y'all. First of all, I need everybody to hit that like button, please, because that's why people ain't getting their notifications. Please hit that like button, please, and thank you. The more like buttons you hit, the more likes I have, the more YouTube pushes this video, the more notifications go out, the more people find out that we over here talking, okay? Please and thank you. Let's talk a little bit about Argentina. I don't know nothing about European football. I don't. I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I do. I ain't watched not near World Cup match because I don't really enjoy soccer like that. I don't really enjoy soccer like that, right? But I did see some clips of the Argentinians' nastiness from their fans to their players. Listen, in case y'all didn't understand or y'all don't know the history of Argentina, Argentina is a racist ass country. Argentina has a very racist history. They took part in the slave trade. Slavery was alive and well in Argentina, very much like the United States. There was an attempted wiping out of any, after they abolished slavery, then they wanted all the black people to get out the country. Okay. The whole, like, once they abolished slavery, then it was like, oh, well, y'all niggas can get on out of here. Well, y'all brought them there to begin with. And again, I don't have time to go through the whole history of Argentina, but if you study the history of Argentina, then you'll understand that Argentina has a history of being racist, and even where we are today in modern times, the fans are still very racist. Ricky Smiley told a story about the Argentinian fans being racist towards his son. I guess his son works at a restaurant, and he said he went to the restaurant to go see his son, and he witnessed some of those fans being very racist to his son. And he was telling the story of his morning show, and he actually got really emotional about it, having to witness, you know, his son being treated that way. I need y'all to understand that when the Nazis, after World War II, when the Nazis fled Germany, Argentina is where a lot of them went. Argentina said, y'all can come here. Y'all good here. And Argentina protected a lot of those Nazis. And a lot of those Nazis that fled to Argentina were never held accountable for the war crimes and atrocities that they committed because the Argentinian government protected them. Even as recently as 1996, the president of Argentina, I think I read an article where somebody asked him about the black population, and he was like, we don't have no black people here. Even to this day, black people, very much like in other parts of the world, including here, black people are regulated to the bottom of society and are considered to be less than. So when we look at the Argentinians and how they treated those Spanish players during that game, understand the level, the respect level is not there. Even though people might be like, well, they're all from this. No, they don't see themselves that way. So when people be like, I don't F with Argentina, and when it was like the whole world was rooting for Spain, Argentina has a history of racism, y'all, go again. I'm not, I can't sit here and do the whole history lesson, but y'all can go look it up and look up the different, the history, but just understand that it's deeply embedded in their culture. And they really, truly think that black people are less than them. And so the racism is real. So that's another reason why I'm glad that Spain won. Again, I don't know nothing about the World Cup, but I'm glad that Spain and they ain't just win, they beat the fuck out of Argentina. I mean, they whooped Argentina's ass. And then, after the game was over, Argentina tried to turn it into a WWE brawl. They was choke slamming the Spanish players and everything else. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Right, DB? It is genuinely how they feel about black people. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, there's that, you guys. Also, don't believe the hype. Don't listen to our government. And it's a shame that you have to say that you have to tell people that the government does not have our best interests at heart and the government is not protecting us. But please don't believe the government. Baby, tell the farms, in my opinion, Taylor Farms is where that shit started. All of a sudden, after, we know that they're big donors to the president. All of a sudden, the CEO of Taylor Farms gets on a plane and flies down to Washington. Now, all of a sudden, it was a false positive. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. I personally do not understand what the hell is going on down there to ESPN. I need to understand. I need more information. Ryan Clark, who is a former NFL player, who was an analyst over to ESPN, literally was fired in the middle of the broadcast. He started off the broadcast, then he left and never came back. And allegedly they said that they fired him, and the reason that he was supposed to get fired today, but the reason why they did it yesterday is because the story was getting ready to leak and they wanted to get ahead of it. Do you understand the level of disrespect? Yeah, Ryan Clark is fine. Do you understand the level of disrespect that you can't even let that man finish the broadcast? I mean, is it deeper than that? Like, is it more to it? Is it something we don't know? Because that is just disrespectful as fuck. But he shucks and jives sometimes. I don't know nothing about him shucking and jiving, Kim, because I don't watch. I don't watch everything that he does. I mean, I know he's got his the Pivot podcast, which is very successful. I don't know. You know what I mean? I can't say what he does or doesn't because I don't watch it. I don't watch it. Now Now, they said that they're actually going to be doing a bunch of layoffs at ESPN. So he's not the only one, allegedly. But I just feel like it's not always what you do, it's the way you do it. I mean, you have a right to fire whoever you want to fire. You know what I mean? Like, you have a right to say, hey, we no longer desire your employment to, you to be employed here. But I also think that there's just a level of respect that you treat people. I heard they were going to pay Pat. Yeah, I heard that now. I heard that they get ready to extend Pat McAfee as well. Cam gone too. Cam Newton was on ESPN. Not as. Yeah. Oh yeah, they said Pat McAfee about to get an extension. I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I watch on ESPN is Pardon the Interruption. I do not watch any other. I do not watch any other content on ESPN other than Pardon the Interruption. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. And if there's a game on ESPN that I want to watch, that's it. That's the only thing I watch on ESPN is when there's a game on that I want to watch. And Pardon the Interruption. And again, it's not that they fired him. You have every right to fire who you want to fire. It's the way in which it's done. That's just my opinion. But anyway, I just thought I would bring that up, honey. I thought I would bring that up. I think that's... Hold on. Hold on. I think that's it. Let's go get into this Malcom Jamal situation of it all. They say that Uncle Nearest may be getting bought out by a Black-owned firm. So I'm here for it. I hope that works out for them. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. Shout out to Rihanna being a millionaire and y'all still worried about her making an album. And then when she do come back, y'all complain. She came back on the Jay-Z tour and she came out there and she gave y'all a little one too. And y'all was complaining about that. She was like, look, I'm a little rusty. I done had 3 churn. I ain't been on stage. I ain't sang no songs. Like, I just been over here making money. But they are coming out with a men's line. Don't Be Dumb campaign. I guess that's it's for, I think it's geared towards men. I'm not saying it's new, but they have a new ad campaign. I saw the little commercial. It was cute. It was real cute. So shout out to ASAP Rocky and Rihanna making money while y'all mad that Shay making music. I mean, I'm just saying. Just let it go. But I'm just telling y'all now, y'all are not getting music anytime soon. I just hate to be the one to tell y'all that. Please, and please again. Y'all know I don't really do a whole lot of Amanda Seales over here because she really, if I'm being honest, she really irritates my soul. Thank you for the gems. Thank you so much. Thank you. 73 Shay. Thank you, boo. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't do Amanda Seales like that. But for Amanda Seales, she jumped on that whole Netflix documentary thing, and it was like hers was why I wasn't included on the Insecure tour. Ma'am, Amanda, excuse me, ma'am. Girl, you know why you wasn't included on the Insecure tour. Insecure, Issa Rae is going out on a tour to celebrate the 10 years after Insecure. Absolutely, positively, we know why. Girl, everybody knows why you weren't included on that tour. Hey, Rico. So wouldn't the wife have control of the trust? We're about to find out because I'm about to read the lawsuit. So the answer is I don't know because I haven't read the lawsuit yet. But you would think that the wife would be in charge, but depends on if he left a will, he may have left a will, it may be in a trust. I don't know. So I have to find out. Right. First of all, can we talk about the fact that it's been 10 years since Insecure? Like what? Like, let's talk about that. Time just flies. But at the end of the day, first of all, on the set, you were problematic. Let's just call a thing a thing. You were problematic on the set. Then after Insecure is over, you have done everything in your power to every opportunity that you have gotten to talk about how terrible of a person Issa Rae is, how horrible of a person Issa Rae is. Like, you have made multiple statements about Issa Rae and how she's just, you know, you don't like her and she's not a nice person, yada, yada, yada. And then, of course, we have that infamous situation where she was kicked out of a party that was that Issa Rae's manager was hosting, and there was a whole back and forth with that. Girl, look. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequence. You have every right to tell your story. People can say, well, she can tell her story about her experience working on Insecure. She absolutely can. She has every single right to tell her story. But you know what Issa Rae has a right to do? Issa Rae has a right to say, I don't want you around. If I am such a horrible person, I am going to relieve you of having to be in my presence. It's real easy. It's been, and this is why I tell people, I tell my students this, I tell other people this. That's why you got to be real careful about how you burn bridges. Make sure you won't never have to walk across them bitches again. So now you missing a bag, because I'm sure there's money involved in this. They're paying the people that are going on this tour. The tour is making money, and it opens you up to an audience of people who, you know, one, you have a nostalgic audience, and then you have people who will maybe be rediscovering Insecure. You know, so at the end of the day, there's no reason in the world why you would think that you would be included. I would be surprised to find out that you were included, if I'm being honest. All right, we got almost 200 people in here. Please like the video if you haven't. Listen, being nice and kind can get you in places that skills can't. You better call Kim. You better stand to the people in the back. Let me tell you something. Y'all know I come down here and I vent all the time to y'all. I will vent to y'all all the time. But you can't go on your job. If you want to have any longevity, you just can't go on your job like that. You just can't do it. And it's not about kissing ass. It's not about trying to be white. I hate when people use the term code switch like it's a bad thing. The reality is, situation is, there's a way that you can hang out with your homies and talk to your homies, your homegirls, your boys, and then there's a way that you have to act in a professional setting. That's not code switching. That's being fucking grown. I'm sorry. It's being fucking grown. And people act like you selling out because no. Amanda Seales could have left that show, and even if she wanted to talk about that maybe there were some difficult times on the show, she could have had that conversation. She could have done the interview. She could have told her story without it coming off in such a nasty, vitriolic way. Because you never know when you might need to walk back over that bridge. So at the end of the day, you making your little, and again, it was the whole little TikTok, so it may not even be that deep, but the fact that she mentioned it, I feel like she felt some kind of way about it. You know what I'm saying? She was around Black folk. She didn't need to code switch. She just had to be a decent person. I understand that, Kim, but I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I'm using the term code switch, but I understand what you're saying. I did like Amanda's character. I absolutely do. And if there's ever any sort of a movie or any revisiting of Insecure, I mean, I would hate the fact that her character is not going to be there. But it is what it is. I mean, listen, I recently saw an interview, Holly Robinson Pete, and some of y'all, you see I got my Gen X t-shirt on today. For those of you who were not around for 21 Jump Street, you probably not going to understand the story I'm getting ready to tell, but just work with me. 21 Jump Street was a story. I mean, it was a show that came on in the 80s, like early 80s, on a brand new network called Fox. Fox just became a network in like the 1980s. Prior to Fox, it was just ABC, CBS, NBC. Okay. It was about cops who were too young to really be ready to be on the street, so they put them in schools to, you know, try to fight crime in the school, right? The cast starred Holly Robinson, well, at the time she was Holly Robinson, and this young unknown actor by the name of Johnny Depp, right? Johnny Depp becomes a breakout star. Probably by season 3, Johnny Depp is the man in Hollywood. Richard Grieco came in after him. Yeah, Richard Grieco came in after Johnny Depp left the show. Holly Robinson talked about how in the beginning, it was such a fun place to work. They were all one big happy family. Everybody was cool. And then she talked about how as Johnny Depp's star started to rise, things started to be a little more difficult on the set because he really wanted to leave the show, but he was in his contract and he couldn't. Holly Robinson was very diplomatic in how she told that story. She was very diplomatic in how she told that story. She told that story without coming right out and calling Johnny Depp an asshole. But if you read between the lines, she kind of did, right? She kind of called him, said, he got a big head and he started making things hard on the set. And we're talking about 40 years ago, and she was still very diplomatic in how she told that story. You know what I mean? Yeah, Dom DeLuise's son, Peter Louis, where'd he ever go? What's up, Ray Bishop? Black people code switch amongst yeah, we do code switch amongst each other. Our people will turn up and down their urbanness or hood personality depending on the class of black and you around and out of do. To me, code switch isn't about black or white. That's why I use the term. That's why I use the term. I don't think code switch is about black or white. I think code switch is changing who you are depending on the environment that you're in. But again, I don't think it's a bad thing because I think more people should code switch. I said what I said. I think more people should code switch. More people should understand that when you are in different environments, you need to act different. Sorry, not sorry. I think more people need to understand that certain things require. I was having this conversation with a friend yesterday. We were talking, again, we were talking about the whole bonnet thing. And we were talking about people in the airport wearing bonnets and wearing pajamas and stuff. And I was like, I have a problem with it. Now, am I gonna go up to some stranger and say something to them? No, because I ain't that kind of person. But I have a problem with it. Y'all know how I feel about it. Y'all know I have a problem with it. We've had that conversation a million times. To me, there's a way that you should conduct yourself when you are in certain spaces. I think when you're getting on a fucking plane, you should dress outside clothes, comb your fucking hair. And I understand you might be going somewhere. Hell, when I'm going on a cruise, y'all know I do my little flat twist. And no, I don't take my hair out until I'm on the ship. So my hair is in the little flat twist. But for women, you understand the flat twist. It just looks like braids. It looks like braids. And I was subconscious about that the first couple of times I did my hair like that. I was subconscious about it. I was like, I'm walking around here with my hair. My hair ain't even done yet. Why are you getting on a plane in fucking pajamas? That's crazy to me. Now, I have been on long flights where people change. I've seen people change into pajamas. I have been on long flights where I have seen people go in the bathroom and put on some, pajamas and slippers and lay their ass. I've seen that happen. But you know what they do before they get off the plane? They go put their clothes the fuck back on. They don't get off the plane in their pajamas. But I'm talking about people be wearing pajamas and all they doing is flying to Miami, child. You're going to be on a plane for 2 hours. Not 10. More people need to, because that's the kind of shit we talk about when we laughing at the people, not laughing, but when people make jokes about the people on the Carnival cruises acting a damn fool because they don't know how to act. They go out here and they act a damn fool in public because they think that's okay. Don't make me go left. Don't make me go left. Don't make me go left. Y'all know I'll go there. I hate bonnets outside too, but it gets tricky defining what looks done. What looks done to me might not look done to you. Here's my problem. And I figured this out because I know I see things with my students. This is my opinion, y'all. This is my opinion based on my experience dealing with these children. The problem is these kids are not taught how to do their hair. Why? Because parents, and again, if it don't apply, let it fly, okay? Because parents are not doing little girls' hair as little girls' hair. And parents are allowing young ladies to feel like if their hair isn't fresh out the salon, fresh with a weave, fresh braids, then their hair is not done. And oh my goodness, I got to put on a bonnet and cover it up. When we were kids, and I know people hate that when we were kids, but when we were kids, when I was like, my mother took me to the salon to get my hair done, but in between salon visits, if I had to just comb my hair real nice into a ponytail until I went to the hairdresser, then my hair was in a ponytail. These kids act like, oh my gosh, my hair's not done. So you'll be surprised how many kids don't come to school. I was like, why weren't you in school yesterday? Oh, I had to go get my hair done. My hair wasn't done. When did that become an acceptable reason to miss school? When did parents start allowing that to be a thing? Now, I understand if your mother had to get an appointment because, whatever, you're getting your hair done a certain way for a certain event, but just a regular old hairdo? Right, little baby. They don't believe in ponytails and pigtails because we're pushing these kids to be grown too damn fast. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And so part of the problem is they don't know how to do nothing to their own hair. They don't know how to wash their hair and comb it back into a cute ponytail and just put put a little ponytail thing on it and then you slick it back. And you put a scarf on at night so it lay down real good. And in the morning you get up, you take your scarf off, and you go on to school. Too many. We're not putting that skill in our kids, and we're making them feel like if their hair isn't done like brand new weave, wig, braids, then it's not acceptable. And that's when I got to put because they can't come in my room like that. Baby, them kids can't come in my room with them. You can't come in my room with no scarf on your head. You can't come in my room with no bonnet on your head. Sorry, not sorry. And I've literally had kids like in tears. And then I look under the scarf and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with your hair. There's literally nothing wrong. Like I'm looking, your hair is fine. They are literally in tears. What's up, Spiller? Oh, Spiller boy, if you at lunch? Oh shit. Oh shit. Damn it. Call me. Damn it. I didn't mean to say, but I just I'll call you later. Shit. I'll call you later. You know why I'm laughing. Hey, Thais. What's up, boo? I know you got something to say about this, Thais. I know. Thank you, my love. You said, do I have a problem with baseball caps? I don't have a problem with baseball caps outside of school. Boys aren't even allowed to wear hats in the building. So I don't have a problem with girls wearing hats if they just go into the mall or, I wear baseball. Well, hats give me a headache. So I don't generally wear hats, but I can wear hats. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with that. I just know that. I just think that, and I know I don't went all the way left on this one. I just think we keep lowering the standards, and then we don't understand that when the standards are in hell, and then we want to get embarrassed by the shit. But we keep lowering the standards. We keep making excuses. We keep making excuses for it. When you look at these, go back and look at these old pictures of Black folk in the 1940s and the 1930s. They were wearing suits and dresses and heels to go to the grocery store. That is just how they presented themselves when they left the house. There was an expectation when you left the house. We're talking about bonnets and pajamas in public, and I done went down left field now. But I figured that out. This school year. I said that's part of the problem. These kids don't know. They know how to glue down a wig. They know how to glue down a wig. They do not know how. They know how to slick down their edges. They know how to slick down the baby hair that ain't baby hair, but they do not know how to do nothing to their hair, and that is the problem. And they've been in their mind, if their hair is not that fresh, They don't know what to do with it. Baby, let me tell you something. And even if you didn't have long enough hair to put in a ponytail, you slick that thing back. You put a part to the side and you slick that thing down. You get you some gel and some Lotta Body. Y'all remember the Lotta Body. You get you some gel and some Lotta Body. You slick that thing down. You put a scarf on it at night. And then you get up in the morning, you go about your business. I hate pajamas in public, especially on males. Yes, I hate it. Because then I'm thinking, you wearing your indoor clothes outdoors and your outdoor clothes indoors. Like, did you sleep in them last night? And then you got your dirty ass up and came out here in public? That's what I think. When I see people in pajamas, in my mind, I automatically feel like you slept in that. And they may not have. That may be brand new, fresh out the box pajamas. But in my mind, that's what I see. Some pink lotion. Mm-hmm. It's a shame how people let kids leave the house. Exactly. Because again, I put that on the parents. The parents have allowed these kids. Let's not talk about wearing hoodies in 90 degrees. The hoodies don't bother me. I just don't understand it. There's something wrong with these kids' DNA. Because they be sitting there in black hoodies and it's 90 degrees. And then they had the nerve to talk about it's hot. Well, I guess the fuck you are. They're complaining about the air conditioner not being up high enough. Take that hoodie off. I said, y'all do understand that black holds heat. Y'all wearing black hoodies in July. I don't know what y'all expecting. Right, Diamond Pearl. When I see somebody in public in pajamas, my automatic thought is, you ain't even wash your ass this morning. You ain't give yourself a whole bath, much less a shower. Did you even brush your teeth? And then you want to get on a plane and sit next to me? And I'm not supposed to feel no kind of way about that? I only give pajamas a pass at night at the grocery store or something. The real quick runs, not daytime. Now, Ray Bishop, let me say this. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to make a confession right now. These are my confessions. I'm going to make a confession right now. During COVID, when we wasn't going nowhere, when I literally was taking a shower and then just putting on pajama bottoms and a t-shirt. Because most of the time when I'm live, I got on pajama bottoms and a t-shirt. Y'all can't see nothing but the waist up. But most of the time I got on pajama bottoms when I'm sitting here talking to y'all. I will admit there were times when I left out the house in my pajamas and ran to the 7-Eleven. I'm not going to tell y'all no lie. It happened. It did. It happened. Once or twice during COVID. It did. I ain't going to tell y'all no lies. It did. But the 7-Eleven is 5 minutes from my house. I ran in, got me a bag of chips and a soda or something and ran the fuck back home, So I could see that. I could see that. I could see that. Skin stuck, skin to skin, dark spots, and ordering something to eat from McDonald's. Ew, James. Ugh. My biggest pet peeve is folks walking around smelling like a whole cannabis dispenser. You know what? Where was I? This just happened recently. What's up, St. James? What's up, boo? This just happened recently. Where was I? I was somewhere, Thais. I was somewhere. Damn it. I cannot remember where I was, but I was somewhere and the person walked in smelling like they must have just been sitting in their car and smoked a whole blunt. You know what I'm saying? And like, as soon as they walked in the door, and I can't remember where I was, but they asked them to leave. And of course, the person got ignorant. What you mean? Why I gotta go? What are you talking about? And they were like, because your smell is overtaking this entire. I cannot remember where I was. I don't know if I was at a doctor's office. I was somewhere where we were in a closed space. Damn. Oh, I wish I could remember where it was. But they asked them to leave. Because they walked in and that's exactly what it was. They walked in smelling like a whole dispensary. Sure did. But the ones that know they want to be in pajamas comfort, buy pajamas that don't look like pajamas. That's where the logic is not used, connects to code switching directly. That's the thing. Like, whatever happened to sweatpants? Sweatpants are comfortable. leggings. Women wear leggings, men too sometimes, but you wear you some leggings and a t-shirt. You can wear some sweatpants. Like when I fly, I wear very comfortable clothes when I fly. I generally wear sweatpants. I generally wear like when this last trip I had some capris. I generally wear something very comfortable when I know I'm going to be on a plane. Like I get wanting to be comfortable. I get that. But anyway, I ain't mean to go down that road, child. We done went all the way down left field. We done started. Because of the heat, I walk my dog between 6:30 and 7 a.m. I smell the weed in the car. Listen, I smell the weed of the cars pulling their kids up to school. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. I smell the weed coming out the cars that are dropping their kids off for school. You couldn't wait till you dropped that baby off at school? I mean, you drove them to school, which means you're driving them home or you're driving to work or wherever you're leaving. You couldn't wait until after that baby got out the car? I mean, hell, maybe the baby was smoking it with you. I don't know. Maybe I was in there smoking together. I don't know. But literally, I have been out there and the door opened and I'm like, what the fuck? Ray said those cars be marinated in weed. It's in the interior. Oh, not Spiller Boy said, I remember teachers smoking weed on the way to school back in the day. Listen, now I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. I have coworkers who have gone out at lunchtime and came back with a little I mean, listen, I ain't gonna sit here and act like the teachers don't do it. I'm gonna just say they don't come back to work smelling like it. I have lounge sets and t-shirt dresses quick. Yeah, it's a way to be comfortable and not look like you just rolled out of bed. I'm sorry. I just think when we start making excuses, I feel like we're lowering the standard. That's my opinion, and I know everybody not going to agree with it, and I still love y'all anyway, and I hope y'all love me. I just feel like we're lowering the standard. All right, let's get into this Malcom Jamal situation. Y'all don't be high at work. It's the best. Well, I don't smoke, so I don't get high at all. And I don't drink, and I definitely don't drink at work. Because listen, once me and Jack start hanging out, my don't give a fuck level, it goes to a point that is probably not cool for work. Because don't get me sipping on Jack Daniels at work. Because my don't give a fuck level really be, don't y'all go get drinks after class. Them parents be dealing with them bad kids all night. Oh, happy hour teachers? Absolutely. Let me tell you something. When I worked in DC, I worked near, before they redid the Wharf area. For those of people that are familiar with DC, I worked in Southwest. So my school was literally across the street from the Wharf. We didn't have to move our cars. We could literally just leave out of work and walk across the street. For those of you who know the DC area, old DC, I was right across the street from Zanzibar and Phillips down on the Wharf. Baby, let me tell you something. And then we would go, and sometimes we would go over to 7th Street near the Marine Barracks. There was a spot. It was an Asian spot over by the Marine Barracks every payday. So every other Friday, we was up in there. And they were like, here come the teachers. They were like, here come the teachers. Baby, my principal could tell my principal would know when we were going to the club, when we were going to go over to Zanzibar after work. He could tell how we came to work dressed. He'd be like, my principal used to be like, y'all going out after work? Yes, we are. He could tell how we came to work dressed that Friday, that we were going to leave work, go over to Zanzibar, get something to eat, and then stay until, and baby, it was an all-night thing. It was an all-night thing, child. Baby. Those were the days, honey. They be like, here come the teachers. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Now happy hour. Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Not the Marines were hunting us, child. We was hunting them. All right, let's get into this. Y'all know that Malcom Jamal Warner's wife has sued his mother. And I hate to see this. I really, really hate to see this, you guys. As you guys know, Tracy, y'all know, shout out to my showrunner, Tracy. She has provided the lawsuit. Now, the lawsuit is 134 pages. We are not reading 134 pages. But y'all know we're just going to get to the meat and potatoes of it all. We're going to look at the... we're going to just read the statement of facts, because that's where the meat and potatoes and stuff is. I've found out, I've come to find out that when these lawsuits are like 100 and something pages, there's a lot of exhibits and stuff in there. There's a lot of exhibits and that stuff there. No, Chuck, we've been here, baby. Not marine diving. Did all of y'all go and get along, or their teacher cliques? Oh, there's always, in any job, there cliques. I mean, it was the majority of the younger teachers that used to hang out and stuff, but it's always cliques. I mean, I think that's just a thing. All right, so let's get into it. Again, it's unfortunate. We hate to hear it, but Malcom Jamal Warner's, it says Tanisha Warner versus Pamela Warner in her capacity as successor trustee of the Warner Family Trust. So that answers, Rico, if you still here, boo, that answers that question. That his mother is over the trust. And so that's why, see, people don't understand when there's a trust involved, it doesn't necessarily automatically just go to the wife because she was married to him. If there's a trust, it sounds like Malcom Jamal Warner had some things set up. We always talk about people not setting themselves up for after death, but it sounds like he did. So it's a complaint for breach of contract, declaratory judgment to select revocable trust property to the claims of a creditor, and for injunctive relief. Okay, y'all know they always going to get into the jurisdiction and the venue. Oh, child, come on, scroll down. Stupid thing. Oh shoot, that ain't what I meant to do. Hold on, y'all. That ain't what I meant to do. Hold on, let me get it back up. Child. Oh, Stacey, get on my nerves. Okay, here we go. Let me make it a little bit bigger and let me share my screen again. Ooh, that's too big. All right, let me share my screen again. Sorry, y'all. That trust was probably done when he was a kid. It may have been. We're going to find out to the best of our ability. We about to find out. All right, let's start this again. Okay, so there's the venue, jurisdiction and venue. You guys know that that's always to show that where the lawsuit is being filed, that is the appropriate jurisdiction. We don't need to read through all of that. That's just a lot of legal stuff that, we don't need to read through all of that. This is what we care about, the factual allegations. Now, again, y'all can read all of that, but it's just explaining the trust and who's, how it's all set up and all of that. But let's talk about the factual allegations, because this is the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about. On May the 15th of 2022, the plaintiff and the decedent entered into a written premarital agreement in contemplation of their marriage. A true and correct copy of the agreement is attached as Exhibit A. I told you it's probably a lot of exhibits. That's why it's 134 pages. There's a lot of exhibits. So there's a premarital, a prenup involved in this, okay? The plaintiff and the decedent were married on May the 23rd of 2022 and remained married until the decedent's death on July the 20th of 2025. Neither party, that's been it's a year to the day. Damn. Neither party provided the other with a notice of termination under the agreement at any time. Well, I mean, I guess not. I mean, unfortunately, he passed away, so there would be no termination. Okay. By its terms, Georgia law governs the validity, execution, interpretation, and enforcement of the agreement, and the agreement applies to all assets of the parties regardless of location. The agreement further provides that Georgia retains jurisdiction over the parties, and the agreement is binding upon the parties' heirs, successors, executors, administrators, assigns, and legal representatives, and that the prevailing party in any action is to enforce the agreement is entitled to recover attorney's fees and costs. Okay. The decedent agreed to purchase and maintain a term life insurance policy on his life in the amount of $1 million, naming plaintiff as the sole beneficiary. Upon information and belief, the decedent did not purchase or maintain any life insurance policy, naming plaintiff as the sole beneficiary, and the plaintiff is accordingly been damaged in the amount of $1 million with respect to this obligation. Ooh. So allegedly under the prenup, Malcom Jamal Warner was supposed to get $1 million life insurance policy and make his wife the sole beneficiary, but he never did it, according to the wife. Remember, this is her side of the story, so we're not saying this is a fact. We're just reading what she's saying. The decedent further agreed to purchase and maintain a life insurance policy on the plaintiff's life, naming whomever the plaintiff desires as beneficiary of said life insurance policy. Upon information and belief, the decedent did not purchase or maintain said life insurance policy, and plaintiff accordingly has been damaged in the amount to be determined at trial. The decedent agreed to pay the plaintiff as her sole and separate property the tax-free sum of $16,000 per year on each anniversary of the party's marriage. The decedent made none of those payments from the date of the marriage through the date of the decedent's death, including proportion for the final partial year in the amount due to the plaintiff of $50,000. That is I don't know nothing about prenups, but that's interesting that on your anniversary you just get $16,000. That's interesting. Huh. You ain't never got by me no anniversary gift. Just give me my $16,000. Okay. That's interesting. The decedent further agreed for so long as the parties remained married and he was reasonably able to afford to do so, to maintain and find a Roth individual retirement account for the plaintiff and to contribute the maximum allowable annual contribution each year. At all times during the marriage, the decedent was reasonably able to afford the maximum annual contribution. The decedent did not establish or fund any such account. The amount due and owing to the plaintiff with respect to this obligation, inclusive of maximum annual contributions and applicable catch-up contribution for the years 2022 through 2025, is $30,500. Wait a minute. So he was supposed to have a Roth IRA too? Okay. We're going to keep reading. That's interesting. I'm going to pause in a second and read the chat. The decedent agreed during the marriage and for so long as he could reasonably afford to do so, to pay the plaintiff a salary of $5,000 per month for her service as his chief of staff or in other such positions as the parties agreed. Plaintiff fully performed the duties of chief of staff and assistant to the decedent throughout the marriage. The decedent made no salary payments. The amount due to the plaintiff with respect to this obligation is $195,000. What in the entire fuck? Wait a minute. Stop. Time out. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat real quick. We're going to keep going, but let me see what y'all saying in this chat. Hold on. Let me scroll up a little bit. Hold on. Let me scroll up a little bit. I think the mom was his manager, so that may be why she was in control of the trust. That probably. The trust was probably done. Oh, I just read that part. Okay. It goes to whoever's named in the trust. My grandmother's trust is for me, my mom, and my mom's brother recently deceased. Per spouses are explicitly not included and cannot change it. Your trust, that's why a lot of people do trust, because trusts are very sound. Sounds like something in the trust goes to get something in their prenup. Let me write that down. Right, I need to write that down. Shoot, I signed a prenup like this. Shit. She had ulterior motives from the beginning. Why you say that? A business agreement, which some would say a marriage is. Some would say a marriage is a business agreement. Give that woman her severance package. That's what it sounds like, right? That sounds wild. Who would agree to this? Well, somebody, they signed it. Sounds like wifey got duped and she didn't keep up with the agreement, her side of the story. I'd rather stay single my whole life. Thais said it's fixing to be a listen. I'm gonna tell y'all what it sounds like. Let me finish reading through because we're not reading this whole thing. But she said all of this is in the prenup. She attached the prenup as Exhibit A. So I mean, she's saying that all of this is in the prenup, child. The agreement further obligated the decedent to establish, fund, and maintain a plan under Section 529 of the Internal Revenue Code for the benefit of each minor child of the parties in the maximum amount allowable by law each year. Upon information and belief, the decedent did not satisfy this obligation. Plaintiff does not insert that claim in this action. Plaintiff notifies the court that such a claim exists under the agreement and may be asserted on behalf of the party's minor child, who is represented by a court-appointed attorney and guardian ad litem in the underlying probate proceedings, should they elect to do so. So what she's saying is, it's something in there that he was supposed to do for our child that he didn't do, but I'm not pursuing that. My child has her own attorney, a guardian ad litem, and if they choose to pursue that, that's on them. But it's in there. That's what she said. She said, I just want to let y'all know it's in there, but I'm not pursuing it. Okay. In total, the amount due and owing to the plaintiff under the agreement totals no less than $1,276,042.46, together with prejudgment and post-judgment interest and plaintiff's attorney's fees and costs recoverable under the agreement. Plaintiff performed all obligations required of her under the agreement, including entering to and remaining in the marriage until the decedent's death. She said she did what she was supposed to do. The decedent died without having satisfied his obligation under the agreement, and no personal entity has paid or provided the sum due to the plaintiff under the agreement. The full amount of the obligation described herein remains due. Plaintiff is contemporaneously presented and filed a creditor's claim and demand for payment in the estate proceedings pending to the probate court of DeKalb County, Georgia. A true and correct copy is attached. Okay, that's Exhibit B. Okay. At the time of his death, the decedent was the settlor and serving trustee of the trust, and the trust was revocable by the decedent. Upon information and belief, the trust holds financial accounts, the membership interest in a California limited liability company holding liquid funds, the proceedings of California real property sold by or on behalf of the trust. So that the trust and sold whatever property he had in California, some of the property, I guess, including his right of publicity and related intellectual property rights and revenue streams. Upon information and belief, the property of the estate is and will be adequate to satisfy. So in other words, she said, y'all got enough money in this trust to pay me. There's enough money in this trust to pay my $1.2 million that I'm asking for. There's enough money in this trust. That's what she said. Wow. Plaintiff reserves the right to add as parties to this action the trustee of any other trust that was revocable by the decedent at the time of his death. Count 1, breach of contract. Count 2, declaratory judgment. Count 3, to subject revocable trust property to the claims of the creditor pursuant to blue, blue, blue. Count 4, interlocutory and permanent injunctive relief. I might have to look that word up. Attorney's fees and expenses of litigation. That's count, count 6? Count 5. I'm not going to read the prenup, but I want to see the prenup, but then it's signed and all that good stuff. Okay, this is the prenup right here, y'all. I just want to look at it. Premarital agreement between Tanisha Delilah Hancock and Malcom Jamal Warner. Okay. Each page is initial. That's Michael Jamal Warner's initials. Right there, MJW. Baby, this thing is 54 pages long. I mean, I'm not reading all 54 pages, but it's here. They were dating for 5 years, and they've been living in Malcom Jamal Warner's property They got the address there. I didn't know he lived in Georgia. He had a house in Georgia and a house in California. They had been living together since 2015. And then they got married in 2022. For many years prior to their courtship, she was aware of the vast disparity between his income as an actor and her income. She's a clinical psychologist. Says she's a PhD candidate. I don't know if she conferred. She might be like Dr. Brian. I don't know if she got her PhD or not. But she's a clinical psychologist, and she was getting her PhD. I mean, she wasn't no bum off the street. Okay. They had a minor child together. Okay. Neither party has any other children. Okay. Malcom Jamal Warner, he was 51 at the time of this. His annual income fluctuates, of course, because he's an actor. So they list in the different years and how much money he made in those different years. So some years it says he made $300,000. Some years says he made $700,000. Okay. Things fluctuate. This particular year he made, is that $1.1 million? I hope I'm looking at my commas right. $600,000. Okay, so they're talking about how his income fluctuates. She's 44. Okay. Both of them are citizens of the United States. Okay. They initialed that page. Okay. I'm not gonna read everything here, y'all. I never read through a prenup before. No fiduciary relationship. The parties acknowledge and agree that neither party owes any fiduciary duties to the other party in connection to the making. Okay, so anybody get paid. All right. Okay. The initial. Every page is initial. Okay. The term termination notice used throughout this agreement is defined as either party providing the other with written notice of his or her intent to separate from the other. Okay, well, we know that didn't happen. He unfortunately passed away. Okay. Wait a minute, hold on. Let's read this. Okay. They said they were going to go to marriage counseling sessions. It says before they get a divorce, they're going to agree to go to marriage counseling. Before they get a divorce, they have to go to at least 6 marriage counseling sessions prior to a divorce. Okay, I like that. We're going to try to work this out. Okay. All right, they talk about their assets. Okay, what they have, what they don't have. Okay. Malcolm's separate property to remain separate. So she didn't have any claim to his property. Okay, that makes sense. His business ventures remain separate. So for people who were asking why it doesn't automatically go to her per the prenup. Her property stays, whatever she had. So whatever they had going in stays with them in case of a divorce. Okay. Each to manage their own. Okay. All right. Separate property. Okay. We got that. Okay. I want to see what he said he was going to pay her $16,000 every year they was married. Okay, anything that's formed during the marriage, blah, 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 blah. Retirement, okay, hold on. Oh, retirement plans remain separate. Separate debts and liability. Okay, all right, we got it. Okay. Interspousal transfers, transactions, waivers, and debt. Okay. Child, this thing 54 pages long. I might not find it. I was just curious, that's all. Hold on, I'm going to come back to the chat in a second. Let's see here. Oh, this thing is so technical. Separate earnings and income. Tanisha's income is her separate property. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm coming back to the chat. Okay. So what it sounds like. is there were things that were in the prenup that Malcom Jamal Warner was supposed to do that he did not do during the course of their marriage. Now, maybe she did not enforce those things because they were living a good life. He wasn't treating her bad. They were in love. Life was good. So maybe she was like, well, he owed me 16. It's my anniversary and he's supposed to give me $16,000. But maybe, you know, we went on a trip to Jamaica and I'm not tripping. Maybe he bought me a new Louis Vuitton bag and everything is good. Like, you know, whatever. It sounds like she did not enforce it. But now that he is no longer here, she's saying, listen, I'm walking away from this marriage with, you know, because of the prenup. I didn't inherit everything. That's what it sounds like. I didn't go to nobody's law school. I ain't nobody's attorney. But it sounds like the trust is in charge of everything. And so I guess her thing is, can I get my money though? Like, he's supposed to have a life insurance policy for $1 million. Well, unfortunately, he's not here. Where's the life insurance policy? He signed a contract saying he was going to do it and he didn't do it. Where's the money? He was supposed to also have a Roth IRA. He was also supposed to do this. He was supposed to do that. Hell, he was supposed to pay me $5,000 a month, and I ain't trip off of that when we were together. Now, the $5,000 a month part, I feel like you ain't claim it. Why? Like you wasn't on pay. You was the chief of staff. Why you ain't put yourself on payroll? You was the chief of staff. Why you ain't put yourself on payroll to get your $5,000 on the first of the month? I don't understand. Now that I feel like you could have done that for yourself. I'm just saying. But okay. It also sounds like maybe the wife and the mother don't have the best relationship, which is unfortunate because I hate to see that this is going to play out in court. It seems like it's been a year. I don't know how long she waited. I don't know what conversations were had, but this does seem like an extreme remedy that maybe, I don't know because I don't know these people. Maybe the wife tried to avoid. Hold on, that's my cleaner lady, y'all. You would be where her case may fail is if she didn't enforce it. You can't establish a pattern of intent unless it's explicitly in the prenup. Right, the payday thing, I don't know about that one because she didn't. But the life insurance part, I think. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. I'm about to get out y'all way in a few minutes. Yeah, you can. Yeah. I'm about to get out y'all way in a few minutes. Yeah, the payday thing, I think she might have a trouble with that because, like you said, you didn't establish that. But the life insurance part, because you thought that was there, you thought that had been established, and it wasn't. Unfortunately, I hate to see this, and I definitely hate to see it become public. But it does sound like that for whatever reason, the mom and the wife just couldn't seem to figure out a way to resolve this. I wonder if Malcom set up a trust for his daughter, so she's taken care of, but nothing provided for the wife. Based on that lawsuit, there was something set aside for the daughter that he didn't do. He didn't do that either. Now, and half pen, you might be able to answer this question for me. And again, if I read the whole 54 pages, it may be in there. Is it a situation where he had a certain timeline to do these things? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you're going to do these things. These things going to be done within the first year of the marriage. You're going to set up the life insurance. You're going to set up this. You're going to do this. And if he didn't do those things, can that void the contract? Because if the prenup gets voided, that sounds like it's a whole nother situation. I don't know. I hate it. So Anyway, y'all, let me get out of here so I can get out of her way. But I wanted to bring y'all that information. I hate it. We'll see how this plays out, honey. He can be a breach, but not a void. Okay, so that's why she's suing for breach. Okay, got it. It wouldn't void it, but it would. Okay, got it. All right, y'all, let me get out of here so I can get out of her way. Child, my house, listen, and my house is a mess. Okay. And this is without, I understand. I'm not gonna hold you to nothing. I understand. I was just a curious thought. Yeah. Well, y'all know you said come on through cleaning lady. Well, it's certain things I physically can't do. I mean, I can clean my house, but like I can't get down on my hands and knees and scrub a floor and get into the tub and stuff like that. After my autoimmune situation, there's certain things. So basically, she comes and does like that kind of stuff. Like I can maintain the day-to-day washing the dishes and that kind of stuff, but I need somebody to come in and help me do those kinds of things. So that's what she does. So very reasonable, obviously affordable. Really nice lady. She's really nice. Her and her sister come through here, honey. All right, let me get out of here. I think I'm gonna go get me some. I don't know why all of a sudden I got a taste for some French toast. I think I might go down to the Silver Diner and get me some French toast, honey. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Mwah! Peace.